Once upon a time, the Mogrims lived in peace. Peace ended when the violent somebodies invaded the valley. The valley was taken, but then began the battle of the bodies. And the battle ended with a great gruesome beheading. Once upon a time, the peace ended when the violent somebodies invaded the valley. The valley was taken, but then began the battle of the bodies. Intriguing. That ain't edible. The story needs to be just right. Once upon a time, the Mogrims lived in peace. The battle ended with a great gruesome beheading. Peace ended when the violent somebodies invaded the... Peace ended when the valley was taken, but then began the battle of the bodies. And as the heads roll, the time of the valley was taken, but and as the heads roll, the time of the Mogrim begins anew. That's not the way the story blows. Once upon a time, the Mogrims lived in peace. And as the heads roll, the time of the Mogrim begins anew. The valley was... The battle ended with a great gruesome beheading. For time immemorial, the Mogrims had lived in the valley in peace, sharing good eatings and howlings around their fire, which they had inherited from the skies. Came the violent somebodies. They hunted the Mogrims for sport and took their fire for themselves. But the somebodies knew not what they were dealing with, for as soon as they held the fire in their grubby hands. They began to fight one another with it. To save themselves from themselves, the cunning heads turned on their bodies and organized a great building. And so it was that some bodies became nobodies, and the bodies were exiled. A time of peace would ensue, or so the headlings thought. The last living Mogrim had been biding her time, and saw now an opportunity to return and take bloody vengeance upon the heads, who were now left defenseless without their bodies. And the time of the Mogrim begins anew. A storied meal indeed. Moonbird thanks you for feeding her and proudly upholds the promise. A gift. A shard from the Mogrim's own cauldron. It looked so shiny in the moonlight. Moonbird simply had to take it. For now, she'll see you in the light.
She's here! Look out! Look out! She's here! Look out! Phew, thanks for saving my neck. And I think I have a reward for you. A real treasure. There you go. One of the 3 missing shards from the Mulgrim's Cauldron. Yeah, I stole it. Oh, I thought I could maybe buy me some kind of ticket away from, well, everything. Start anew, you know? A good head on a pair of healthy, strong shoulders. Eyes on the horizon. Gosh, the horizon. Do you know I haven't seen it once since I lost my body? I really do miss my body. It's a real shame when you think about it, you know? The things that we do to ourselves, to one another. What we did to her, kind. All in the name of some sort of control. It doesn't make sense. Anyway, I guess I'm sad. Sad and sorry. Hey, thanks. You're a great listener. You know that? Just take care of that shard now. And maybe put it back where it belongs and... yeah. Goodbye.
It's easy to lose one's head when everything you love is either gone, broken, or dead. Yet another forgotten swamp saying. She'd never been much for company until she had met the other one. He had shimmering scales, an appetite for life, and carried a faint scent of rotting leaves she found irresistible. Oh, how they used to laugh at the distant stars, bitterly, together.
howls of the Mulgrim have gone with the wind, and our headaches settled into gentle throbbing. Thank you, somebody, for you have not only graciously saved our necks, but also demonstrated the value of brain mass and heart blob working together. Could it be time for the bodies to return? We must convene on this matter, and you and your wandering flame must now leave through our gates and keep on walking the Midnight Walk to Moon Mountain.
Mountain!
Here you go, somebody. This key will open the town gates. Blech. The mountain once again beckons, and the call is answered. Fare thee well, and take good care of your flame. The dark itself is hungry.
Mind over body! 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 Mind over body!
I think this body business will be good for us heads in the long run.
Bodies. You gotta be a somebody before you can become a nobody. And then be a somebody again. I've had enough. First it was the big Mulgrim hunt, and then when they forced us out into that...
Oh, back from a little swamp detour, huh? Hope the heads didn't give you too much trouble. At least your head looks attached to its shoulders and your friend's is, well, burning. So do not despair. Should you once again lose your way along the Midnight Walk, you're probably meant to. The body can be a terrible master, but a wonderful servant. Protect the spark. Find its home, won't you? See down the road.
We Malgrims have a special relationship with fire. We do not cook over it. We do not shed tales around it. We care not for its warmth. Ours is a different connection entirely. Fire is our window to truth and into the world beyond clay, to which we must return. We are noble beings, bringers of bugs, slime, and mushrooms to help decompose the old and to bring about
Dreadful was the day when the sun vanished. The waters dried up, birds went quiet, and the dark itself seeped unchecked into the work table as the cold, chewed paper moon rose over the mountain. The night that followed would be long as the Midnight Walk. The burnt one was there. You do not remember, but you feel it, don't you? You are reborn when need arises. This night, Port Boy needs you, and Moon Mountain beckons. Its call irresistible.
And so she woke with a yawn, so big it could have devoured the sun. She had slept for just about a decade. A decent nap by Merkel's standards. She smacked her dry lips, looking forward to what the new dawn had to offer as she left her lair and went out into the cool night. "Wait a minute," she exclaimed. "Night?" The Merkel had taken a nap that had lasted 2 decades. Now that counts as oversleeping even by Merkel standards. She had awoken anxiously this time, feeling misplaced and confused. The confusion grew further into panic when she was greeted not by the sun's life-giving caress, but once again by the silently mocking night sky. There once was a freezing cat who was looking for shelter when she came across a dark cave. "Step into my abode," offered the dark. "It will warm you if you surrender your wants."
The story goes of a nameless maker who pulled creative spark from the dark itself without giving it fire. With his dark source, he managed to create swaths of land in no time. The dark itself waited for a gift of fire, but the maker just kept on taking, too busy building his crooked fences and watchtowers, kept his fire locked away in his chest. One day, he decided to create the first people to inhabit and appreciate his creation. It was then that the dark corrupted the maker's clay, guided his greedy hands into creating not people, but the first of the fire-eating crawlers. And they crawled into this world.
The dark's eyes were much too big and watchful for the cat's liking. She went on to find warmth somewhere else.